The rapture wasn't how we imagined it would be. I'm writing this now in my attic. I have the door blocked with some old furniture, and I don't know how much longer I have until they break in and find us. This is my warning from the future, so that you have time to prepare. I'll start from the beginning. The Christians were wrong. Those crazy lunatic conspiracy theorists were right. God is an alien overlord who thousands of years ago created humans and put them on Earth as an experiment. He and those loyal to him that the Christians called angels, but we now know to be the Greys, have been watching us to see how we treat one another and how we have praised him throughout the years. The rapture was supposed to be when Jesus would come down from heaven and bring those to be with him before the apocalypse, before Satan would rule the world. All the people returned to heaven with Jesus would be followers of Christ and good people. They would be rescued from the torment that was to come. That was only half right. It all started with conspiracy nuts saying that there were multiple sightings of ships setting up base near the moon watching us. None of us could see them because they were cloaked using some advanced camouflage technology. Then, those ships moved into orbit around the Earth. It was then that some reports from the military were observing the movement of the ships. They moved at incredible speeds, running reconnaissance missions to airspace and from their motherships. The mainstream news began reporting on them. They removed the cloaking devices and suddenly, dozens of motherships were orbiting Earth. The world's governments went into a frenzy, not knowing how to handle these ships. Everyone had their own opinion on what was going on. The US, China, and Russia united in wanting to nuke them out of orbit, not risking the population of the world. While Germany and the UN voted to do nothing about the ships for fear of retaliation, which eventually the governments agreed on the peaceful solution. Then, the abductions began. It started off small at first. Small farm towns outside of crop circles had reports of missing people being abducted out of their homes at night to never return. The numbers grew to the thousands missing from countries all over the world. Organizations were set up to help the grieving people who were left behind. They were the ones who knew what they looked like. First-hand accounts were that these disc-shaped crafts would hover over the home, and with a beam of light would engulf the house. Outside the windows, there would be these tall, lanky gray creatures that would surround the house. Eventually, some would come in through locked doors, and some would use antimatter devices to phase through the walls. The people would be grabbed, kicking and screaming by these aliens. Usually whole families would be taken, but sometimes only the children would be taken. These aliens would separate families forever. The people would be taken outside and would be brought up in the beam of light to the ship. Those who tried to rescue the ones being taken would sometimes be killed by these aliens. They would shoot them with some advanced weaponry that vaporized them on the spot. YouTube videos were uploaded of some of these events happening all over the world, which both angered and frightened the world's governments. That's when an unknown government nuked one of the motherships in space. No one knows which government, probably China from all accounts, but it made matters worse. The nuke did nothing to the ship. After China fired the first shot, that's when the invasions began. UFO disc-shaped crafts flew down from the motherships in the thousands, headed towards major metropolises all over the globe. They destroyed communications towers, military installations, and set fire to many of the most recognizable cultural institutions in the world. Before the televisions and internet went down, we heard that all governments had shut down and there were no heads of military left. Everything was in disarray, and the only people that could protect the citizens now were local police and paramilitary that popped up in cities. After the invasions were over and the world had fallen into total anarchy, that's when the Rapture went into full swing. The aliens were now unimpeded by our archaic weapons. What the Rapture really is these aliens are coming door to door and are peacefully asking you to come with them. They speak without moving their mouths. It's all telepathic. You're given the opportunity to go with them to some place that no one knows. This uncertainty is what scares most people, and most of the time they only take certain people from the family. Imagine if you were being taken from your family to something that could either be paradise or hell. Either way, you would want your family to be together. So, people are fighting back. Together, we are fighting back to protect the ones that we love. Our only communication now is by shortwave radio. We are hearing that somehow we are winning against the aliens. Some film buffs thinks it's water like from the movie Signs, while others think it's Earth's bacteria like from War of the Worlds. But either way, some of these aliens are dying. Their ships are getting fewer and fewer in our night sky. I believe that we are so close to surviving this invasion. I just have to protect my family just a little while longer. I don't know what I believe anymore. Hell, I don't know what's going to happen when they leave. I don't know where those people are going. For all I know, after these ships leave will be the start of Armageddon. Or, as some people have theorized, the world will get better after most of the population is gone. Whatever happens next, I just want you to know that I will keep my family safe no matter what. So protect your neighbor. We've seen this before. Protect the ones you love, and don't let the aliens take them. And if hell comes to Earth tomorrow, at least we will all be together.